And welcome this fine day of a day. As I drink my coffee here, I clink my glass with yours. Welcome to the new video. As you can probably see, my nails are naked. That means there is a nail video coming your way right here and right now. And what today's is going to be about, what you probably saw in the title, it's going to be this Essie 3-pound little thing I got from a little store kind of like TK Maxx, Ross, that they have in the UK. So, you know, that kind of, you know, like Ross and stuff. So I saw this there, and I was trying to like find a little set of something that was cheap in that kind of place. So I thought I would try this, even though I probably have said this is not my favorite kind of sparkle, but I'm going to use it anyway. So it has a little bit of instructions in the back. So like this is to help you make a nail design here, it says. It's showing it all lovey-dovey, I think because they boxed it. Don't mind me. Sorry, I got something in my throat. So it's showing you do hearts and whatnot and make it all lovey-dovey, but I'm going to do it more of a fall-ish, kind of in the middle of summer, fall feeling, I would say. So I'm not going to do this packaging yet, just because it's all heartsy. Doesn't mean I'm going to use the heart thing that they recommend, because it says here that apply 2 coats of Crush Plush, which is this one here, it looks like, and then create a design with, it says mitt. It's saying to use that, like maybe you draw it on, but it looks like it could be a plate, which so we'll see what works. And then I might use a sparkle. I think I might use a sparkle underneath though, because I'm not a huge fan of putting sparkle on top, even though I think this sparkle might react differently than if it was on the bottom and on the top. I don't know, because it's the kind it is. But yeah, I'm just opening up this. That's kind of satisfying. Taking off this film is kind of satisfying. That's if I can rip it properly. Yeah. So there we go. That's what it shows on the back here. Those are the 3 steps. You can see one with color, then the stamp, and then the pollen. But you don't have to do this fully, but I will do it partially. So now let's just get this bad boy open and check these out. So you can see, so they're small. We'll see how the brushes look in a minute. They're 24 milliliters. This one's called Crush Blush. So that's the Crush Blush right here. See? It's already kind of has a purpley tinge to the pink. So we'll see how that works. I don't know. I might do one nail with this as the main color. So that'll be the accent, even though it's showing it as a stamping color. And then here is this purpley, no, not purple, pinkish white sparkle in a clear base. So there's that. And this one's called Galatine. That right there. And this is this one here. And then here is this one. The Love, oh, of course. So I don't know if you can see those names, but yeah, I'll show you them better when I start doing the nail art. So yeah, what I'm going to do is it's going to be the main color. We'll see how opaque it is and how many layers I need. And yes, this is going to be a very, 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 very long manicure on my nails today. Yes, this one is one I am coating with a little bit of a tea bag, just so you know, because I have a little gash there, so it's kind of just covering in that part. So the polish will probably protect it even more. So let's get into the polish of designing and see what comes of these 3 polishes in this little Essie set. So here we go with the base color here for majority, and I have put my base coat on to protect my nails as well. And this is the color I'm going to use for stamping and for my accent nail, just like you can see there. And here is the sparkle I'm going to use, this kind of glittery. It seems like a very common cheap glitter that is okay if you like that. But here we go, putting on the shimmery, see-through pink here that has a little bit of a purplish hue to it, giving it that shimmer And now let's go into the red. I gotta say, I quite like this red. I do think I'm more of a fan of shimmery, sparkly red like this than a simple red like this without the sparkle as much. That's for sure. Whoops, I have some cleanup to do. No one's perfect. And of course, I am going to put another coat of this one because it definitely needs it. Even though I always put 2 coats at least of each polish, even if it doesn't look like it fully needs it, because it always just rounds it out. So like I said, I'm going to put 2, and that's what I'm doing on my red nail here. Looking nice, if I do say so myself. Now time for the sparkle. Not looking too shabby, I should say, but I'm definitely not a huge fan of the more what I call the party glitter polishes. And this is in that lines of that kind of polish of a sparkle in a base coat clear. And now I'm going to put it on the red as well because I thought why not. And of course it shows a lot more on this because a lot of these kind of things do show more on a darker color, which I do like depending on the sparkle, but this is fine. I am going to stamp on top. So, and like I said, I'm going to use the red to stamp with here as we try it out. And all that awesomeness, and that came out pretty nice if I do say so myself. I do have a lot of skill in stamping too, so there is that involved. And then the polish can help, and the stamp, how good it is, and how much surface it has. So there we go. And of course, because my nail's very long, I had to do 2 passes with 2 things of the stamp to make the stamp long enough for my long freaking nails. And of course, I didn't want to use that color and the pink wouldn't have worked, so I have used a color that's not from this, and whoops, no one's perfect, but the second time is the charm. And now I'm going to use black, which is different, but that's okay. At least I'm using the box set for most part, just not for this one because it wouldn't have shown well enough to do that. But now I'm going to use this, which is my go-to top coat, especially for stamping, because it's thicker consistency, this jelly, or whatever you call it, one that's considered gel for some reason, but it's thicker, so it doesn't smudge the stamp, or it usually almost never does. Maybe that's because of my skill, but there we go. Well, there we go, with my nails all done, so. Yes, I used that kind of tortoisey, kind of eggshelly pattern, animal print, on my nails today. I did say I was going to probably use a plate, kind of like, because I could have used a plate with hearts on it, but I didn't want to do that, because I didn't feel like doing that at all. So this came out pretty nice. This one's a little busy for my liking, this one with the sparkle underneath, this chunky sparkle, and then the black. Yes, that's the only polish I use besides the top coat and base coat that is not from this brand, because I wanted to do a little bit of a black and not just be all red, even though this came out really easily. I think a lot of it was to do with the plate I used as well. So much surface and indents in it that it made it easy for the polish to get into the crevices, because it does depend on how small the crevices are and such. So that was a combination of that. The red polish was really easy to use because it was a little more watery, which I think helped somewhat. I don't know. It just really worked every single time I used it to stamp with. So, yeah, it looks pretty nice. If I didn't stamp, though, on top or do something, it would be showing too much see-through of my nail that I'm not 100% a fan of, kind of like you can see on this one. See? You can see it. That needs something. At least for me it does. It just looks like the nail has a slight tinge of color, but it's almost like naturally that way or something. I don't know. It's not natural, of course, but by all means. But yeah, I'm gonna stamp on top of that. I think I'm gonna do the black because I felt like doing that instead of doing what I did on this hand. Well, I could, because that does look pretty nice, but as my nail there. But yeah, that's beside the point. I hope you enjoyed these nails with the little Etsy collection I got for £3. Sorry about that. My nails are a little tacky still, so they kind of attach to themselves somewhat, but not in a way that damaged it. But yeah, with these 3 polishes to the sparkle, which I'm not a fan of, because as you can see, it's very chunky. Well, I like it more on the light color, but I have been more of a fan typically with a lot of sparkle on lighter color for me, because then it doesn't go bam in your face. I don't like that kind of bam in your face, at least with that kind of sparkle. There is certain kinds I do, but that's beside the point. We're here for the Etsy collection of 3 polishes that you can kind of use to make a design. You can do different than I did as well. Just because it has a thing on the back of the box giving you an idea of what to do. It doesn't mean you have to do their idea, but it can help you sometimes because maybe you're new to the games, you don't know designs, or you don't have an idea at the time, and then maybe that box gives you an idea. Maybe you take from it and make your own version of that idea. I don't know. This is kind of why I did stamping, because it did show an image of like hearts on it. So that was like, to me, if I did the hearts, it would be stamping. So, which maybe that's what they did. I don't know. But you can do that stuff by hand. Ooh, that would be hard, at least for me. I do some by hand somewhat, but not that. So, all in all. Oh, and speaking of by hand, I do have some by hand nail art freehand on my channel, and one that's very pretty new. So that's beside the point. Let's get on to the next video or whatever you're going to be doing. I have finished my nails, and I take a sip of my drink, and I thank you all for joining me here on this fine day, as we all have a fine rest of the day or evening or night, whatever it is for you where you are in the world. So with that in mind, thank you. Till next time, sparkle, sparkle, bam!